the state capital of New York, Albany, which is also the capital of college hockey. For this is game one of the NCAA Hockey Championship. We are in the East Regional, and enthusiasm is high. We begin with the powerhouse Denver Pioneers and the Cinderella story RIT Tigers. The game is on ESPN UHD. Welcome to the NCAA Hockey Championship presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We are live in Albany, New York on ESPN UHD for the start of the NCAA Hockey Championship and the Hockey East regional coverage. It's the Rochester Institute of Technology out of Rochester, New York. You can hear the crowd behind us, and the number one seed, Denver Pioneers. Denver, the number 2 overall seed in the entire tournament behind Miami. And there is the bracket here. Game one coming up in 2 minutes. Puck drop is 2 minutes away. RIT Denver. And then game 2 of our doubleheader, Cornell, also a New York State team, going up against New Hampshire. So glad to be with you again, John Butchergross and Barry Melrose. And Barry, you grew up with series, best of 7s, best of 5s. Now that you've covered college hockey, what's impressed you most of the single elimination tournament?
How scary it is. I think if you watch the Winter Olympics and saw best of 1s, all the upsets you had, you have it in college hockey also. Again, you don't have to beat the team 4 times. You can beat them once, and that's why a young goaltender can get hot and do that. A team that doesn't show up, maybe your 2 best players take a night off, and they're not ready to play, the underdog can beat you. So if I'm a favorite team, I am scared in these best of 1s.
And what's the buzzword for these 4 teams?
Goaltending. That's the way it always is. In a best of 1, your goaltender is your best player. It's your most valuable player. And both these teams have great goaltending, John.
Well, let's look at first at team number 1, the Denver Pioneers. Certainly they are loaded, and 27 wins. That's tied for first in the NCAA, the WCHA regular season champs. And they're led by Ruegsegger, who had a very interesting start to his hockey career in California.
Very interesting start. Comes from Huntington, California. I know the area well. Better known for road hockey and street hockey more than ice hockey. He started playing when he was 7 years old. I love the name Ruegsegger. His grandmother calls him the Great Retski, believe it or not. I love that name. But this kid is the best player on a team loaded with best players. That's how valuable this guy is.
Well, they are the favorites certainly in this regional to come out and make the Frozen Four in Detroit. The RIT Tigers, Barry, they've gone from Division 3, Division 2, now they're Division 1. Who's the one guy who must have the game of his life just to have a chance to win today?
Well, Ruegsegger's the best player on Denver, the best player on RIT. Jared DeMichael, he's the goaltender. He's had a fantastic year. He's done everything they've asked all year long. And this guy's very talented. His numbers are fantastic, as you see. But he's going to have to be better than he's ever been this year because he's going to see a ton of shots. He's playing against a team that's better than he is. He is a great equalizer. That's what a best of 1 can do for you.
And Mark Chevry is the man between the pipes. People say he has a great defense in front of him. He does, but he's also a great goaltender who has to make some tough stops sometimes.
Look at those numbers, John. Those are fantastic numbers. Yeah, he's got a lot of talent. He knows he doesn't have to win 2-1 games, 6 shutouts, but he will see 2-on-1s. He will see 3-on-2s because the team in front of him takes some chances. But he's been there for his team all year long. He's had a fantastic season for Denver.
It takes 4 wins to win a NCAA Hockey Championship. This is game number 1. Today's referees are Matt Shegos and Mark Wilkins. The linesmen, Tony Molina and Bruce Vida. Our video review will be run by Jeff Fulton. So we're seconds away from puck drop. The NCAA Hockey Championships beginning right now here on ESPN UHD. Thanks so much for being with us. The big line of Denver's out there. Tyler Ruegsegger, Ruegsegger, and Joe Colborne, all drafted by NHL teams, up against Maddock, Burt, and Murphy to start things up. And we are ready to go from Albany, New York. Again, Denver in white, RIT in the orange. Denver is the home team, and here comes RIT right off the bat. Back comes Ruegsegger for Denver. He'll bring it in. He's the center on this big line, dumps it in the far corner. Colborne and Ruegsegger in after it. Colborne behind the net now. There's Ruegsegger with it. Up along the boards, battling with Ruegsegger. Denver will want to keep the puck at this end of the ice as much as possible, Barry. They should be able to control the play.
Well, what I'm looking for is defensively, how can RIT handle the speed and the talents of Denver? Certainly you can't get into a foot race, and you can't be giving up outnumbered chances.
Here comes Cameron Burt. He's leveled there. as John Ryder puts them on the ice. And back comes the big line, still out there. Now they'll dump it in, and they'll change. Wiercioch and Colborne will complete the change, as Jesse Martin already made his way out there. Here's John Lee. Chips out in front dangerously. Lee gets it back. Here comes the defenseman. Brings it up, met at the blue line before he chips it back in. Denver's defense will activate.
They will activate, and again, that's got to be picked up by the forwards of RIT. And another thing, RIT can't get in the penalty box. Obviously, when you're playing against a team with the skill of Denver, you got to play 5-on-5.
Chris Haltigan brings it in for RIT. Shot. Chevry chips it into the netting. The faceoff will be to his left.
Good start by RIT.
Yeah.
Really no chances yet for Denver. They faced the big line, didn't look outclassed. You know, RIT has not beaten a team out of their conference this year, so they haven't beaten a Denver or a CC or a Miami. So this is new for them. But again, a best of one. You got a great goaltender. Just make sure you don't make a lot of mistakes with the puck. Handle the puck well. Keep it deep. You know, that'll be what our RIT saying on the bench over and over again.
Comes out to the left point. Mazur keeps it in, chips it around. Denver pinned in. Now they get it out of their zone. Here they come. Drew Shore, Chris Knowlton, Brandon Vosberg out there now. Shore, big centerman, 6'2", 190, out of Denver, Colorado.
Denver's a much bigger team than RIT too, John. They got some giants out there. Colborne 6'5".
You can really see the size difference, can't you?
And actually, the dark jersey is supposed to make you look bigger.
Yes.
But the whites look a lot bigger on the ice.
Paul Phillips and Cody Brookwell, defensive pair for Denver out there now. Delayed offside. RIT must wait. Here comes Paul Phillips. In the middle it comes now. Here's Colborne. The big line's trying to get out there again. Colborne's out there. Shore will now change along with Vosberg and Wiercioch, and Ruegsegger will join his line mate. So here comes Colborne. Chips it towards the front of the net. RIT picks it up, and here they go again. Sent back in by Denver, so no rare shots on goal chances really for either team yet, Barry. Both teams playing a good defensive system so far. As Wiercioch goes behind the net. Ruegsegger back to the point. Wrist shot goes wide of DeMichael. So Patrick Wiercioch there, number 28. Ottawa Senator draftee, very talented defenseman, and he will look to make offensive plays. Well,
RIT forechecks one man. They basically play a 1-2-2. You're going to see four guys in neutral zone again. They know they can't compete offensively, so they just got to wait for a mistake, hopefully, and keep this game close.
We played 3 minutes. Denver does not have a shot on goal. RIT just a soft wrist shot from the point. Good hard hit right there by Taylor McReynolds. Now Wiercioch's cage up a bit. Another hard hit there on Ruegsegger. So obviously a smaller team, but they're playing with plenty of spunk and confidence right now.
And I like the way they're playing. They're not giving, they don't look scared. They don't look tentative. They're finishing checks. And again, a good interception there with their defense.
Shot high over Chevry as Mike Janda came in with the interception. Back comes Brian Gifford. He'll dump it in. Matt Glasser in after it. Good speed and size, as Barry mentioned. At the point now is Matt Donovan. He was on that U.S. World Junior team that won gold this year over Canada, number 4. But back come the other way is Cameron Burt. He's a great playmaker out of Detroit, Michigan. Hit hard in the boards, and a great play there by John Ryder. This is an active, strong, real good skating defensive core, Barry. We'll see a lot of plays like that.
Ryder's much bigger than any of the forwards for RIT. You can just see the size difference when he was going with Burt in the corner there. Again, that's a strength of Denver's. They're active defense, they're good skating defense. They got to take advantage of that.
Here comes Drew Shore. He's out there now with Brandon Vosberg and Chris Knowlton. Along the wall now.
Almost a 2-on-1 right there by RIT. And again, that's what they're waiting for. Just a little bit of a mistake by Denver. Create outnumber chance for RIT.
Shore back to Donovan, number 4, the defenseman. Brings it in the neutral zone. Gains the red line. Gains the blue line. Still with the puck. The defenseman behind the net now. Still behind the net. He's covered now on that right point by Drew Shore. The centerman's now at the right point coming for Donovan, so he makes his way back, and here he comes.
But again, the D jumping into play, John, that's happened all year long. So the forwards are used to staying back if they see a defenseman lead the rush.
Back the other way, 3-on-3. Shot blocked towards Chevry, never gets there. Sean Murphy out there now. Taylor Mazie, number 19 as well. And back comes Denver. Looking to wrist out, they can. Kept in that point. Chris Tanev comes in. Tanev shot. Score! Chris Tanev, the freshman out of Toronto, scores on the wrist shot. to Chevery, stick side, and RIT strikes first in the East Regional in Albany.
Well, it's funny, Chris's dad just came up before the game started and said he really enjoys seeing us on ESPN with national cover. His son, Chris, just made an unbelievable play. Look at him, read the play, beats it forward of Denver to the puck, and just a good quick wrist shot through traffic. I don't think the goaltender actually even saw this shot. You see it going through legs, over legs, past pants. I don't think Chevery even saw it, but a great play on the point. He didn't back up, he was aggressive, took what was there, jumped in, and great wrist shot, beat him on the far side. Excellent start for RIT, exactly what had to happen. A defensive team wants to score the first goal, then they can even become more defensive. This is a great start for RIT.
It's an unassisted goal at 5:02, and so Chris Tanev, 7 goals this season. He will activate just like he just did, and he gets that huge first goal. And as we mentioned, Denver lost their last 2 games coming in, Barry. They said that they learned from that. They were a bit lackadaisical, and they'll come out strong. But right now, they've been overmatched by the RIT Tigers, and they're battling again in front.
And RIT's won 10 in a row, so completely different mindsets coming into this game by both these teams.
Great hard hit in the neutral zone. Tyler Brenner lays the lumber. Back come the Pioneers. Hit again there. So RIT playing a physical game against his Pioneer squad.
It's good to be physical. Again, just stay out of the penalty box. You can't be over physically and taking bad charging penalties.
Iostro in front to Brian Gifford and Jared DeMichael. Smell the glove, makes the glove save. So the Rochester Institute of Technology Tigers, they're a smart crew, and right now they score first and lead Denver 1-0. Well, Wayne Wilson's crew has come out strong. This is their first NCAA tournament game ever at the Division I level, and they are carrying the play against Denver. Denver just had their first shot on goal. 14-18 to go here in the first frame. John Butchergross, Barry Melrose live in Albany, New York, as the NCAA hockey tournament is underway, and we're off to a great start with the RIT Tigers. We've seen big upsets in the NCAA basketball tournament, Barry. Maybe that'll be the theme this year in the hockey tournament as well, as they battle behind Mark Chevery.
Well, I just love what RIT did in the draw. They won the draw. They had a great breakout play, and they ended up getting into Denver's end very easily. That's got to stop if I'm Denver.
Chris Tanev, the goal scorer, dumps it behind that. There's Adam Hartley working behind the cage. Denver trying to pick up their intensity. Good hit there by Ruegsegger. The big line's out there. Rochester hit hard. Here comes Denver. They're activating with Ruegsegger and Colborne, but Rochester picks up the puck in the neutral zone. They'll control. There's 10.
Great back pressure, too, right there by RIT. Everyone's coming back hard, picking guys up. That really helps the defense.
Chevery takes that wrist shot from Taylor McReynolds and holds on. The faceoff will be to his right. So again, Wayne Wilson played hockey at Bowling Green. He's seen this program go from D3 to D2 to D1. Well,
they're where they want to be. They're in D1, and they're a very good program in D1. They're one of the 16 finalists now for a chance to win everything. And you see why they've won. They work hard. They've got a great game plan. They're well coached, and they've got great goaltending. That's a good combination.
RIT controls the faceoff. Denver tries to get out of the zone, and they do. Here they come the other way. Chris Knowlton. Matt Glass, shot wide of McMichael. Denver keeps it in. John Lee slaps the top of the circle, and there's DeMichael with the glove save.
And you can see, you talk about the D all the time, John. You can see John Lee, very talented, walked the line, faked a couple shots, had guys go down, shot a little bit high, but that is a very talented group of D that you can do that consistently. You know, that's going to put a lot of pressure on the top forwards of RIT. They can't go for the fake. They got to stay on their feet and make sure that the defenseman doesn't walk around them.
5th round pick of the Panthers in 07. His brother Brian, of course, has seen time with the Senators in the NHL. Face off now, Jesse Martin out there.
Well, RIT won the last draw clean in their end, John, so let's see if Denver can change that.
Well, that has been a weakness of Denver is face-offs, especially the offensive zone. And again, they don't control this one on kind of a tie. Now they have a chance to set up. Slapper from the point, deflected wide. That was Cody Brookwell with the shot. Now behind the net. McMichael, you'll see him, DeMichael go on top of his crease a lot. That wrist shot wide almost hit referee Matt Shegos. And RIT chips it out.
Again, just RIT's doing the right thing. There's been no outnumbered chances. They don't look any slower than Denver. Everything's to the outside. DeMichael seeing the shots. Just been a great first 5 minutes.
Cody Brookwell out there with Paul Phillips. Now behind the net. Brian Gifford working, looking, turns back the other way behind the cage. Cameron Burt, number 18 for RIT, tries to break it up, pass in front. It's stolen there, and back we come. Good play, Chris Saracino to read that. As Denver turns it right back. Brian Gifford, and he falls down. In after it now, it's Kyle Ostro. Good pass up, great breakout by RIT, but he can't quite complete that pass. And look at Denver, transition the other way quickly. Here they come, Ostro, great pass over, saved by DeMichael.
That's what we talked about. DeMichael is going to see the odd 2-on-1, the odd 3-on-2, just because of the skill level of Denver. He's got to make the save if RIT's got a chance of winning this game, and he did right there.
Big line back out for Denver, that'll go for icing. So once again, here comes a offensive zone face-off for the Pioneers.
Well, right there, DeMichael, you see, we talked about him. We showed him his numbers. Here is one of the breakdowns on transition. We talked about a little bit of a breakdown there. Nobody took the body. The passing play, the 2-on-1's created, but DeMichael moves over, and again, the rebound's not kicked into the slot. Like a great goaltender, it's kicked to the side where it's harmless.
Grew up in Connecticut, about 20 minutes from where ESPN's headquarters are. Went to Avon Old Farms, a great prep school in Avon, Connecticut. And his career has really blossomed this year. Split time last year, and he's a real leader of this team. And he's the one who needs to play well, and he makes another good save there through traffic. Ruegsegger out there again with Rockshani and Colborne. That's Ruegsegger there, chips behind the net. No Colborne there, tries to read the play and steal, can't do it. Big pinch from Wiercioch again in the left-hand corner. Back comes Rockshani, looking to walk in, now turns away from the net. Working on the boards by himself. Back to Wiercioch. He'll walk the line. Cannot find a shooting lane. Rockshani can't find any space either.
Great job by RIT. Everybody's in the shooting lanes, just like you're mentioning, John. They're giving up their bodies. They're not going for the talent and getting beat one-on-one. They make them go through the man to get to the net. Great defense by RIT.
Setting up behind their own cage for the breakout. Here they come. Tanev, the goal scorer. He scored on a wrist shot to make it 1-0 RIT. And they have been the better team so far. Tyler Mazie out there now with Favot, Brenner, and Chevry. Well, RIT, again, this is their first appearance, and they found out watching ESPN2's selection show.
We're hooping it up at Price Chopper.
When we saw the selections show on Sunday, our team was all together in the Players Lounge, and it was definitely a great feeling. Definitely never expected to see our names up there with teams like BC and Denver and Miami of Ohio and Wisconsin.
That was extremely exciting, something, you know, growing up and seeing your name. You know, I always dreamed going to Wisconsin or something like that, but seeing our school up there with the big guys, it was pretty impressive.
And we want to go out there and prove that we can play with anyone in the nation.
Well, RIT was watching that selection show on ESPN2, myself and Barry and Sean Richland, and that was a big moment for them. As we mentioned, this is a dream come true for this program, Division I, and they're in the big dance.
And halfway through the first period, they're winning 1-0 against the mighty Denver College team, so it's been a pretty good start for RIT.
Drew Shore wins the faceoff. Good physical play behind the net. Scott Knowles. Shot towards Chevry, calmly steers it aside. Adam Hartley, Brett Alexson, Scott Knowles out there now for RIT. Tanev, the goal scorer, can't quite keep it in. He'll dump it in, and the forwards will touch up.
Just saw Danny Ringwald make a great play in the point for RIT. He's their best offensive defenseman.
Turnover. Alexson's shot saves Chevry. Behind that it comes. Adam Hartley back to the point. That's Dan Ringwald. Back to Hartley. Hartley behind the cage. Here's Knowles. He's had a great start. Scott Knowles, plenty of fire out there with Hartley and Alexson. Big hit there. Back comes Denver. Short shot, saved by DeMichael. Shore's been one of the better forwards, number 23 for Denver, and he's starting to see some more ice time.
Big John is the guy that threw that big hit for RIT too, so he's a load up front. Great hit by him, clean hit, send a message to the Denver defenseman.
Cody Brookwell swings it around. Somehow it squirms out. Alan Mazer. Daniel Spivak, the defense now for RIT. Here comes Denver trying to get something going. Paul Phillips. He'll bring it across the red line, dump it in the corner. But again, RIT collects, and they've been breaking out wonderfully. This could go for icing, and it will be icing. So Barry, RIT has been very physical in this game, and Denver's just not really responding quite yet.
A smart physical. Watch this hit right here. Puck's coming up the wall. Lee's got it. Has the puck. You see the great hit come in by Janda. Big forward, sending a message for Lee. Lee's a guy who has the puck a lot. It's good for Lee to know that every time he touches, he's going to be finished. So that was a good message sender. But again, you want to be physical, but you don't want to take yourself out of the play. And above all, you can't take a penalty.
Denver, the home team, they have last change. They put the big line out there now. But here comes RIT. Taylor McReynolds out there. Chevry with McReynolds bearing down on him will cover up. And we saw John Ryder give a slash there to McReynolds as he was too close to his goalie for comfort.
Well, you mentioned the big line, and I can't remember a scoring chance for that line so far. They've had the puck a lot,
right,
but they've been to the outside, so that doesn't hurt you at all. Just make sure that they don't get the good 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. When a skilled guy gets a 2-on-1, there's going to be a good scoring chance, a good chance for a goal. You don't mind giving them to the third and fourth lines. Just don't give them to the first two lines.
Cameron Burt and Ruegsegger, and Burt wins that faceoff. Tanev will dump it around Chevry, and here comes RIT once again. Maddox, Burt, and Murphy out there. Rakshani looking to win the wall battle, but it's RIT who's winning every battle. Tanev the shot. Nice play by Ruegsegger to get lumber, and it goes into the crowd. 10 rows up. 8:49 to go, 8:47 to go, as you see. Hey, coverage of the NCAA Hockey Championship continues on ESPNU tonight with 2 games. The second game of our doubleheader has New Hampshire going up against Cornell in the other East Regional semifinal. Then 9, it's the 4-seed Vermont, the 1-seed Wisconsin, and the West Regional in St. Paul. Log on to ESPNU.com for more information. Presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. It's the NCAA Hockey Championships here on ESPNU HD live in Albany, New York. I'm John Butcherkoss with Barry Melrose. The Cinderella RIT Tigers lead this game 1-0 on a Chris Tanev goal. And they continue to bring the physical play to this favorite Denver Pioneer squad. But back the other way. Here comes Denver. Brian Gifford in on the backhand save by DeMichael. And Dan Ringwald, good coverage. He chips it into the corner. Back comes Brian Gifford. And this line of Martin and Ostro. But back comes RIT. 2-on-1. Sean Murphy. Shot. Saved by Chevry. Sean Murphy could have made it 2-0 RIT on the 2-on-1.
When you're the underdog, you've got to score in those situations. You don't get a lot of them. When you get a clean 2-on-1, you've got to score on them. Great save right there by Chevry.
Big John, Joe Colborne comes in there. Shots on goal, 7 for RIT, 6 for Denver. Paul Phillips. Cody Brookwall out there now. Looks it up, but no communication there. But here comes Colborne, but offside is Ruegsegger. He was already in the zone.
Well, we've talked about Denver. We talked about their skill right here. Gifford gets a great chance. It looks like a partial breakaway, but great defensive play there. And Ringwald comes in to pick up the garbage. Right here's the 2-on-1 I talked about. Oh, man. Murphy had the chance. He's got to put that in.
We are live in Albany, New York. It's a hockey kind of day, cold and crisp, and a great start for RIT. They lead 1-0. We're back after this on ESPN.
Thanks to the new Venture card from Capital One, we get double miles on every purchase.
The RIT Tigers leading Denver 1-0. This is game 1 of the NCAA Hockey Championship, and of course game 1 of the East Regional. I'm John Butcherkoss with Barry Melrose. If you're George Wiercioch, Barry, during that TV timeout, what did you say to your team?
Just continue doing what we're doing. Obviously, they've given up 2 2-on-1 so far in this game. That's got to be cleaned up. I'm a little worried maybe about my offensive chances. I haven't as many as I'd like. I think I'd like to see more of that. But you got to give RIT some credit. They've got a great game plan that's working to a T right now.
Big line back out there for Denver. Rakshani with a hard hit. So maybe
he rocked him, John.
He did. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking,
I like
Barry?
that. That's got to be a keeper, yeah.
Oh, sure. Giver. Here comes RIT. Pass in front. Chevry cuts down the angle.
See, that can't happen. That's the third 2-on-1 in this game. Clean 2-on-1. Obviously, something's wrong with Denver's defense because that should not be happening.
Andrew Favot had a great chance, but a good push off by Chevry. He was there, and not much net to shoot at. Back comes Rakshani. Rakshani leaves for Brookwell. Back comes RIT the other way. Chevry, good back check there. And back comes Denver. Now we're seeing some up and down action. Colborne wants it. He gets it. He shoots it. Save to Michael in front. Rakshani tries to turn, but he falls down. Can't get a good shot off. And back comes RIT.
This is too wide open for RIT. Denver's going to win this type of game if you're giving up chance for chance. They're just not good enough to do in that match in Denver. So they got to slow it down, get it choppier.
Back come the Pioneers, like you mentioned, streaking up and down the ice now. So again, a good opportunity by the RIT Tigers, Barry. They've had plenty here.
They have had plenty. They've had better opportunities in Denver. And right here, just a nice little pass, back door. Right there you see a good chance by RIT. But the other way, this is where the skill. Rashani gets it. Nice little drop pass here. Colborne gets it in the slot. That's prime scoring area for a guy that's 20-goal scorer. You can't be given 9 and 12 chances from that area. So RIT does not want to get into a race meet here with Denver. They're just not talented enough to do that.
Joe Colborne, the first-round pick of the Boston Bruins.
Out of tier 2 in Canada. That's rare.
RIT, front of Chevry, still battling with the puck. Brent Alexin out there now, back to the point. Wide of Chevry. Scott Knowles behind there. He's off to a good start, but a big size advantage there. Easy for Patrick Wiercioch, the Ottawa Senator draft pick, and he brings it up. Passes it up. Saved by DeMichael. Back to the point now. Kept in by Denver. Drew Shore out again. This line's been a good line for the Pioneers. Shore, Vosberg, Chris Knowles. Shot saved by DeMichael. As John Ryder comes in and blasts one the top of the circle.
I like the start of the game for DeMichael. He's looked very solid. There's been a couple of chances. Rebounds have been controlled. The ones he can't catch or hang on to with his body, he throws to the side. His team in front of him has done a great job, but DeMichael's looked very confident, very square to the shooter, and controlled the rebounds. Great job.
9 shots for Denver now, 8 for RIT. 5.5 to go in the first period. Chris Saraceno walks out with it, but turnover. Back comes Denver now. They got a shot pass in front. It doesn't quite get to Jesse Martin. Kept in by Matt Donovan. Behind the cage now. Brian Gifford after it. Gifford had a good scoring chance in this period. Gifford.
He's a good player, John.
Back to the point. John Lee and Matt Donovan out there. A Lee and a Donovan. Martin, Ostro, and Gifford. A good shift. As Lee risks it, but an easy save by Jared DeMichael. John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose with you. We're live in Albany, New York. The RIT Tigers, just from nearby Rochester, have brought a great crowd here. The corner crew is in full effect. So if there's a home ice advantage, it's for the technically road team this afternoon.
It is. But again, I love the way they're playing. They've got the fans into it. They're playing a good style of hockey. They've been great on draws. Again, win the draw clean road end again.
Ruegsegger and the Denver Pioneer team just cannot get those offensive zone face-offs as we have an icing, and they'll try it again. And
icings are not bad for RIT. Again, I said they don't want to get into a race meet with Denver. They want choppy play. They want lots of face-offs, especially if you're winning the draw consistently. You don't mind taking chances with an icing if you're in trouble. Throw it down the ice. And you know your goaltender's solid in this game. So a slow, lot of whistle game is what RIT wants.
Well, they lead the face-off battle 9-6 right now, although Denver controls that one. Dan Ringwald passes it up. Joe Colborne misses his check. Ruegsegger chips it in, and once again, Chris Tanev and Dan Ringwald out there. Tanev the goal scorer.
This is their best defensive pair. I like these two guys.
Cameron Burt from Detroit, Michigan's been very good on face-offs today. He's kind of the soul of this team, practical joker, a lot of talent, a lot of attitude. He feels his team belongs here.
Well, if you watch so far, they do, because they've been excellent. And they're playing one of the 2 most talented teams in the nation, everyone says. So they certainly don't look out of place.
And Burt keeps it alive there. Cameron Burt wins the battle. The smaller players are winning battles a lot of time for RIT. Here he is. He gets off the wall, walks in, twisted, deflected, and flutters wide of Chevry as Ruegsegger, the centerman deep, trying to get that puck out. Can't do it. Comes to the point, chip back in. Paul Phillips will get it. Here comes the defenseman Phillips. He'll softly chip it out to the neutral zone, glove there by Ringwald. And we have a penalty coming up. And when a Neem penalty. We come back. The Denver Pioneers will have a power play, the first of the game. Sean Murphy, 2 minutes. Neem is the penalty. And the RIT Tigers, Barry, have come out with some bellicosity in this game.
Well, I like the game plan. They're an older team. They've youngest players 20 years old, so they're experienced. They don't run around. They're finishing their checks, making everybody pay a price. I like that, staying out of the penalty box until now. So, as I said, the game plan for RIT is working perfectly. penalty killing is usually 90% about your goaltending, and obviously we talked about DeMichael looks very good, but this is one talented group of forwards and defensemen they can put on the ice, Denver.
Power play for the Pioneers.
I'm actually surprised they're not better than 20% with the group they can put out.
Joe Colborne is the face-off. That's Ruegsegger at the right point, Barry. There's Wiercioch, the defenseman. There's Rakshani, twisted shot, saved by DeMichael. Can't be kept in by Wiercioch.
DeMichael was over there in plenty of time, so there was nothing to shoot at. Good movement side to side. DeMichael moved side to side very well.
And here come the Pioneers on the power play. Wiercioch, the defenseman, chips it to Rakshani on the right wing. Rakshani back to the point. It goes to Ruegsegger. Over to Wiercioch, looking for a shooting lane, cannot find one. Back in the corner it comes. Back to Wiercioch, and he cannot control.
I like Wiercioch. He's got great size, obviously. You can see his hands. He's on the point in the power play. Very skilled guy.
Denver makes a change now. Here comes Colborne, the big man down the left wing side. Looking, but cut off. Good team defense again by RIT. Wiercioch still can't find a lane to shoot. Into the corner it goes now. Knocked off the puck is Jesse Martin. And here comes RIT. The centerman Ruegsegger's on that right point, so he now must play defense, but Taylor McReynolds doesn't challenge him. He just dumps it behind the net.
I don't think RIT was aware that there was a forward playing the point of the power play, because they could have had a 3-on-2 on Denver right there, and they didn't take advantage of it.
Wiercioch, the defenseman, gains his own. Going to make his way behind the net. Still looking, turns, throws it in front. And a good defensive play there by Chris Haltigan.
Very good defensive play. Just collapse to the net, give them the outside, pick your men up. Have faith in your goaltender. You can tell the way they play. They do have a lot of faith in their goaltender.
Matt Donovan flies through the neutral zone, but puck broken free, and once again RIT clears the zone.
A lot of individual stuff going on by Denver. You don't see the puck being moved. One guy is just getting it and skating it in.
Drew Shore out there now, chips it behind the net.
Oh, good play. Excellent play by DeMichael. I didn't know he could shoot the puck that well. Great job.
Back comes Cameron Burt, number 18, stops, turns. Down the corner, good read by Matt Donovan. Still that pass from Burt, and he'll carry out the defenseman, number 4. Up the middle he goes. Trying to find Jesse Martin, not quite there. So just one shot on that power play for Denver as Burt knocks down his man again. More of that physical play that Barry highlighted as Shore brings it back to Ryder.
Okay, Ringwald, number 6 for RIT. Excellent defenseman. Does everything for this team.
Shore, fancy play there. Shot in front. DeMichael was also there as Nate Dewhurst came flying in. George Wiercioch looking for someone to get the puck to the net. Pass in front. Matt Glasser almost had a golden opportunity. And back comes RIT. Madigan throws it towards Chevrolet, who calmly steers it aside. Dewhurst picks it up for Denver. Murphy tries to dislodge him for the puck, can't do it. That breakout pass goes awry and chipped back in.
That was a great penalty kill for RIT, because now they continue to be aggressive. If they would have got scored on, they maybe would have come off. They're hitting a little bit, but now they know that they don't respect Denver's power play the way they killed it. They can be more aggressive and more physical on Denver.
Icing on RIT. So George Wiercioch, very successful coach at Denver. They won back-to-back championships in 04 and 05. A very tactical coach, Barry, very smart coach. His practice is very organized.
And obviously most games during the regular season and Frozen Four, he does have the best team. He knows that. So he's been in this situation before. He's not an underdog very often. He's always got the most talented team going into the game.
Paul Phillips, Cody Brookwell at the point. The big line for Denver's out there. There's Rhett Rakshani, the captain, lead point getter, Hobie Baker finalist. Behind the net it goes. Joe Colborne using that side. Here's Rakshani, wrist shot wide. Ruegsegger battling. Again, RIT physical along the wall. There's Chris Haltigan off to a good start, and back comes RIT.
Great job, great job.
Maisie, Brenner. Wiercioch comes up high with that hit. Back behind the net. Paul Phillips took a slash. He was looking for a call there as the first period comes to an end, and quite a statement by the RIT Tigers, Barry. They were easily the better team in that 20 minutes.
Everything that they wanted to happen did happen. They scored the first goal. They were physical, stayed out of the penalty box for the first part, and DeMichael was great in net, so they're a very confident team going in.
And that number 8, Chris Tanev, he is the goal scorer. So the corner crew is in full effect. They're behind their squad. The RIT Tigers lead 1-0 after 20 minutes. Welcome back to Albany, New York, where the RIT Tigers playing in their first NCAA Division I tournament game in their school history has outplayed the #1 seed here and #2 overall seed, Denver Pioneers. John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose with you live at Albany, joined now by the captain of RIT, Dan Ringwald. Hello, Dan.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Talk about the first period. What was the goal going into it, and did you execute?
Pretty good period for us. Anytime you can score first, obviously that's a big bonus for our team. I think we could clean up our own end a little bit. We're a little bit panicky, especially in the first 5 minutes, but as we settle into this game, we should only get better from here on out.
Danny, I was very impressed with your offensive attack, and Tanev jumped into play and scored the goal, but your defense were very aggressive. It's not just you guys think you're going to have to win 1-0. You're very poised offensively and are attacking Denver a little bit.
Well, we know Denver's a great team. If we're going to win this game, we have to go take it from them. So, well, we're trying to get the 2-on-2 forecheck going, try to hem them in their zone as much as we can. And on the goal, Tanev just made a great play jumping in and put it low blocker. So a great goal for us. It'll give us some confidence, and we'll look to carry it through.
Dan, talk about the physical play. Is your team always this physical?
We love to play a physical play, physical style. We call it Tiger hockey, getting in there 2-on-2. Try to finish our checks every single chance we get.
Great 20 minutes, Dan. Thanks so much. Good luck the rest of the game.
Thanks a lot, guys.
So once again, Barry, and Dan just talked about it. It's Tiger hockey, and they've been great so far.
I think it was great Tiger hockey. They did what they wanted. They had a great defensive posture. They didn't give up any outnumbered chances. DeMichael was great in net. They were physical when they wanted to be, and they got the lead. And it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluky goal. They talked about being hitting. They wanted to establish it, and they did that all period long. And again, there's hitting and being out of control. This team was not out of control. Every hit, there was a guy backing the man up who did the hitting. That is a great way to play. You're attacking, but you're not being stupid. And again, you're staying out of the penalty box. And speaking of Tiger hockey, he's right there.
It's a good-looking Tiger.
That is a good-looking Tiger.
Clearly, he's been on the Nautilus. Little peck work, deltoids, tears in his eyes, I guess. Cinderella story. 1-0 after 20 minutes. We are 15 seconds away from puck drop. There's the goal scorer, Chris Tanev. 1-0 RIT after 20. Denver, Barry, they were asleep again, Denver, in the first period. How do they wake up?
Well, what they got to do is start doing to RIT what RIT's doing to them. Outnumbered chances. RIT had those. That can't happen. I'm the more skilled team, Denver. I got to have the 2-on-1s, the 3-on-2s. And again, they got to find a way to get some goal-scoring chances from the middle of the rink, not the outside. RIT's done a great job of keeping Denver to the outside in their zone. That's got to change also. You got to get the shots in the middle of the rink.
Well, Denver outshot them 11-9, but a lot of perimeter stuff. Jared DeMichael certainly on top of his game, on top of his crease, and Denver will bring out the big line again. Ruegsegger, Rakshani, and Colborne to try to get something going against this pesky RIT team who the last time they lost after leading after one was back in October against Air Force. Ruegsegger, the shot on goal, blocked there by Tanev, the goal scorer. He's out there with Dan Ringwald. Ringwald plastered by Colborne. Cameron Burt hit with the head with the stick, nothing called. He's looking for a high stick, he doesn't get it.
Burt's got to get that puck out there. He can't throw it in the middle like that. He's got to make sure he gets out over the line.
Back comes RIT, by the way, Barry. Fairbanks to Worcester, about 4,400 miles, I'm told, roughly.
I'd like to see the temperature change when Fairbanks left and when they landed. I've been to Fairbanks. It's a long,
They should do it
way.
by dog sled. That'd really make it interesting.
In the old days, that's old-time hockey.
Sure.
Well, again, we talked about RIT. They want a choppy game. They don't want to get into a foot race. They want lots of whistles. They don't mind face-offs in their own zone because they've been winning draws. They're getting more confident every shift they're out there. They've controlled the big line, the Rakshani line. So, like I said, it couldn't be a better drawing so far for RIT.
Martin, Gifford, and Ostro now out there for Denver trying to get something going. Behind the net, stolen in front of Michael. Save in front, whacking at it. Is Jesse Martin, but he can't get it. Back to the point. And back comes RIT. John Lee's going to go off. Delayed penalty on Denver. Meantime, here comes RIT. The puck is touched by Denver, and the Tigers go on their first power play. Denver had one power play in the first period. They only had one shot on goal, did not score. And now John Lee, the sophomore from Moorhead, Minnesota, will go to the penalty box.
Well, as a defenseman, this is a terrible feeling because you know the guy beside you is faster than I am. It's interference. You can't play a man that doesn't have the puck. Lee goes to the penalty box for 2 minutes here. Great opportunity for RIT, boy. 2-0 lead, that'd be unbelievable. You got to win the draw, though, first on the power play.
That was your go-to move, wasn't it, Barry, for the
I took a lot of interference penalties, yes.
All right, power play now for RIT. Cameron Burt, number 18, with the puck. Back to the point it comes. Back to Burt. Tanev, number 8, waiting for the puck on the one-timer. He's the goal scorer. Wrist shot towards Chevry, never gets there, and the puck comes out of the zone.
Do they have Ringwald playing forward on this power play, number 6?
He was playing forward there, and they had the forward Favot back at the point. Using his big size, perhaps, Barry, kind of like Zdeno Chara in the Bruins. Back comes Jesse Martin. He'll look to clear, and he does. So 1:20 left on the far. You see the power play time here. John Butchergrass, Barry Melrose on ESPNU HD. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Cornell, New Hampshire follows RIT and Denver. Denver, number 2 overall seed. Here's Favot. He'll chip it around. Back at the point it comes. Ringwald, wristed. Trying to hook up there with Tyler Brenner. Can't do it. Back to the point. Ringwald. One-timer. Tanev. Right pad save. Would have been wide by Chevry. Ringed around there by Wiercioch, and it comes out. Looking for a breakaway. Colborne almost had a breakaway, but boy.
Ringwald, great play.
Great play. Here comes Cameron Burt. Stops. Turns. Looks. Went to Maisie. Now behind the net it comes and run around there by Matt Donovan. The power play winds down. Perhaps one more rush and set up for RIT as they lead 1-0. Halt again. Dumps it in. Going after it. Stephen Maddock. Up the boards it comes. Here comes Denver. Breaking out. Alstro. Shot under Michael to his short side. Hit the netting. But on the short side, John Ryder comes out with it, and the Pioneers kill off the penalty.
Not a great power play by RIT.
No, just one shot.
Didn't strike fear into anybody, I don't think.
No. Pioneers try to break out. That was Jesse Martin again, comes all the way down to the right of DeMichael. He'll leave it.
That puck can't go there. It's got to be kept on the wall. You just can't kick it out in the middle against a team like Denver.
And DeMichael will settle it down as Mazur was having a tough time. But again, Joe Colborne had a great chance for a breakaway, but you mentioned, Barry, Dan Ringwald, the captain, recovered.
I've been very impressed with Ringwald right here. Bouncing puck, that's a terrible feeling, another terrible feeling. And Colborne's 6'5", he's huge. Ringwald out-muscles him there, and not only doesn't take a penalty, which you would think would happen, actually gets the play going the other way. So Ringwald's playing great. Him and Tanviv are going to have to play a lot today because those guys need to be on the ice.
Cornacchia, Janda, McReynolds out there. Back come the Pioneers trying to get something going on DeMichael.
Good play by DeMichael.
Keys to Ringwald. Here come the Tigers. Lee, Knowlton, he'll dump it in. DeMichael, crazy bounce, but sealed off nicely there by Ringwald, and here comes RIT. Fluttered off high off the glass, stays in play. Ringwald rings it around. The senior from Oakville, Ontario. So now the defensemen are just playing catch back and forth.
Oakville's basically Toronto.
Gotcha. Tanev, Ringwald. Up to McReynolds, and they'll change now. Here comes Alexin, Hartley, and Knoll. They've been a good line as well for RIT.
Good changes by RIT. They're really alert in the bench. 3 guys go. The other 3 are ready to come back on there. Very sharp in the bench by RIT.
Here comes Chris Saraceno, freshman from St. Louis, Missouri, rings it around. Kept in. Hartley behind that, throws it in front. Turning is Alexin. Ruegsegger, Rakshani. Colborne out there for the Pioneers. Rakshani can't get it going. Chipped over. Colborne picks it up. Here comes the big guy. Cannot get a good shot off. Hit high and hard. Ruegsegger now picks it up, walks in front, tipped away, Ruegsegger shot, saved by DeMichael. Colborne shot, a left shoulder save and into the netting. So Jared DeMichael, the best pressure the Pioneers have had all game, coming right there as Ruegsegger and Colborne get golden chances.
Is your computer running slowly? Does it take more than 3 seconds for you?
George Gwozdecki, head coach, Denver, just saw his big line, Barry, have their best shift of the game. Tyler Ruegsegger and Joe Colborne both had great chances as Denver's trying to get by RIT, and they would play the winner of Cornell, New Hampshire tomorrow. And their one goal of the game, Barry, it was scored by Chris Tanev, the defenseman, number 8 for RIT.
I like this kid. Him and Ringwald, we talked about great presence of mind there. He jumps in. You see Vosburg got caught a little bit sleeping. He beats Vosburg to the puck and a great wrist shot to the far side through traffic. So that's the goal that was scored. That's why it's 1-0. But again, good sign for Denver. The big line finally got some good scoring chances from around the net, not from the side.
That was Tyler Mazie who had that screen in front. Number 19, like you mentioned, he was the reason that goal went in. Here's Wiercioch, defenseman, walks in, wrist shot to the belly of DeMichael. And finally, Barry, Denver is starting to get going. And much like last year, we watched BU, very talented team. It took them a while, but when they got going, they exploded, and that's what George Gwozdecki's hoping to get.
But what I like, again, I'll go to the RIT side. I love the way DeMichael's playing. The pucks are in my chest. I'm square to the shooter. I'm not falling. I know where I'm going, so I love the way my goaltender's playing also from RIT.
Martin wins the face-off to Wiercioch, but can't get it on goal. Martin, Ostro, and Gifford out there. Behind the net, here's Brian Gifford. Using the big body, working there on Tanev, falls, gets back up. Looking for Ostro. There's Ostro. Kyle Ostro chips it back to Gifford. Gifford. Martin cycled to the net, but he couldn't find him. Wrist shot from the point wide of DeMichael. Ostro turns. Looking for Martin and Gifford. Another good shift for Denver. 2 in a row. Back to the point it comes. John Ryder looking for a lane. Can't get it through. Wiercioch will keep it in. And here comes RIT. Cameron Burt. Number 18, 3-on-2. Burt along the wall, throws it in front. Saved by Chevry. Goes behind the net. And the whistle, and that works out well for Denver because that line was working hard down here. Then suddenly Ostro, Martin, and Gifford were playing defense on this end. Well,
again, great shift for Denver. They had the puck probably for 30, 40 seconds in the RIT zone. They had complete control of it. Not one shot got to the net. 2 and 1 wide. Guys were where they're supposed to be. There was no breakdowns defensively. Great job in my defensive zone. So, yeah, Denver had the puck, but no scoring chances. I'll give them that all night long.
Chipped around now and back into the neutral zone. Mazer, Spivak out there now for RIT. Check out the stat track on the top left part of your TV set for stats throughout the game. Here at the NCAA East Regional Semifinal, John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose live in Albany. The NCAA hockey tournament is underway with our game. And not a lot of work for Mark Chevry as of late, which is how he and the Pioneers won it.
But again, that's tough to play goal in this situation. We've seen Marty Brodeur do it for years. You're not seeing many shots. The other goaltenders in his zone all the time. You know the first shot you're going to get is going to be a tough 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2. It's tough to play goal when the puck's at the other end all the time.
Back comes Denver. Wrist shot saved to Michael. There he is again. Good chance there by Matt Donovan. And back the other way comes Mazie. Number 19. The wrist shot blocked by Lee. Picked up there by Favot. Favot throws it in front. Rebound in front. No, it's waved off, and face-off will come outside the zone as we saw Andrew Favot pull a Thomas Holmstrom, but to use an NHL analogy, he was right in Chevry's face there backing up. Denver didn't like it. I think the face-off will come outside the zone as a result of that crease traffic. Here it is, Barry.
Again, this is RIT hockey. This is Tagger hockey. Just throw it at the net. You're going to have traffic in front. Not going to be a lot of pretty goals. You know, that's through traffic. You threw pants. We saw the first goal, Tanev's going through pants. The goaltender never picked it up. You know, that when you're not a skilled team, that's how you score your goals. You're not going to be pretty 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. It's going to be those goals going through pants and legs.
Colborne, Ruegsegger, Roxani back once again out there for Denver. RIT countering with McReynolds, Cornacci, and Janda.
With the TV timeouts, Johnny, they're going to have this big line on the ice a lot today, especially if you're down. You're going to have your, if you're going to win or lose, you're going to have your best players on the ice, and certainly they're going to be on the ice when you're down by one.
And we're seeing Ringwald and Tanev are out there when the big line's out there.
They got to be. They got to be.
That's how Wayne Wilson wants it. Ruegsegger dumps it in. Here's Roxani behind the net. Stops, turns back in front to Colborne. Not really a great chance there, and RIT will chip it ahead. Here they come. Taylor McReynolds. He's working with Carnaccia. McReynolds wait, dumps it back around. Carnaccia doesn't see it and rings it around Cody Brookwell. But Roxani doesn't win that battle there with Ringwald. Tanev keeps it in. Behind the cage. Janda protects the puck. Looks for the one-timer. Can't get it. Back to Carnaccia. Wrist it towards Chevry. Beautiful kick save. Shot goes wide from Ringwald. More traffic in front of Chevry. RIT will change as they keep possession. Roxani out there now, so fresh troops against the big line. That puck came outside the zone, it looked like, but called onside. Denver can't believe it. Pressure by RIT. Get a bit of a mismatch here, Barry. Denver's been stuck out there this line. This is a new line for RIT. Behind the cage. Chris Haltigan is deep. Here come the Pioneers. They're looking to dump and change here. Ruegsegger's exhausted. Roxani will keep it though. Try to make something happen along the boards. Does it happen? Sealed off nicely there by Saracino. And now they'll make the rest of the change. And here comes RIT.
That was the big line that was stuck out there
Yes.
too, Johnny. Colborne made the play along the wall to get that puck out, but they could have really been in trouble.
Scott Knowles, good play to come back to the blue line to get that puck. And here comes RIT. Knowles working with Brent Alexis, but back comes Denver. 3-on-2 now developing, Barry. Pioneers looking in front, and DeMichael was there again with the save. So Jared DeMichael, the last line of defense so far, pitching a shutout. Nate Dewhurst, almost.
Austin School of Sport.
Welcome back to the NCAA Hockey Championship presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose live in Albany, New York. And Barry, RIT, you like their defensive zone coverage so far?
I've liked their systems. I've liked what they're doing. Now watch right here. The puck's going to go behind the net. Roxani's going to go get it. That's a dangerous man. He's their best offensive player. Now great communication. This man here looks behind himself. He's waiting for his buddy to go over and pick this guy up before he goes in and gets Roxani. Now watch what happens. As soon as he knows his man's going to go, he goes after Roxani. His buddy picks up Colborne. Bang. No problem. Colborne's picked up the dangerous man in front of the net, all because of good defensive communication by RIT. They've done it all game long, and that was against the best line that Denver has.
Jesse Martin was successful his last two face-off attempts. Let's see if he can get another one. This time he does win the battle with Cameron Burt. So Martin out there now. Nate Dewhurst gets another shift. George Gwozdecki trying to find some combination that's going to generate a good scoring chance in this game. Back to go get it now. The Pioneers back in their own zone. Hard hit there once again by Sean Murphy. He's been a good player. But back comes Jesse Martin. Top of the circle. Slapper. Gloves wide there by DeMichael. Back the other way we go now. RIT, Stephen Maddock can't get it. And back comes Denver. On the rush. Ostro. Look to make a centering feed to Dewhurst. Does not happen. Pinching on the sideboards is John Ryder, the defenseman, way in deep there. As Ringwald looks to make a nice play. Here comes Ringwald.
That was a great play, John.
Nice play to Tanev. RIT once again gets it deep. Halfway through the hockey game, and RIT has been the better team so far in this 1-4 East Regional matchup in Albany, New York. They lead the Denver Pioneers, the number 2 overall seed behind Miami. 1-0. Back come the Pioneers. Brandon Vosberg cannot get by Mazur. Battling now. Outman Vosberg. Shot. The bad angle. Stopped by DeMichael. You see the Tigers collapsing on their goaltender now, helping it out at every turn. Knowlton. Back to the point. Donovan fakes, looking, can't find. Now goes around his man. Murphy walks in, looking for a hook. And while he's complaining, the puck was at his feet.
Yeah, maybe take care of the play before you worry about the referee.
He had a good scoring chance there. Knowlton tries to get it. He's blocked off. And now RIT is just frustrating the Pioneers with their shot blocking. Drew Shore along the boards. Looking there with Vosberg. Shore can't win that battle. Around the other side it goes to Mazur. Sealed off. Lee keeps it in. There's little Andrew Favot, only 5'7". The puck bounces around. Here comes Ruegsegger, or Roxani off the bench. Roxani, beautiful pass to Donovan. Donovan looking, but cannot hook up with Ruegsegger. He had him open. Back comes RIT. 2-on-1. Wrist shot saved by Chevry as Tyler Mazie came down the left wing.
I think Maisie was tired. I think that line has been on the ice a lot for RIT. They've been basically in their zone for the last minute and a half, playing good defense. Right here's the mistake made. Here's your 2-on-1 created.
That's
Off
Maisie.
to the races. Maisie's got it. He maybe should have thrown it across there. I don't think he had much jump left to make a play. He just wanted to make sure he didn't make a mistake. Get the shot at net, hopefully score, get off the ice and get fresh units on the ice.
Faceoffs 15 for Denver, 13 for RIT. So Denver doing better of late. They'll try to win this defensive zone, but they do not. Controlled by RIT.
Denver defense becoming a lot more active now, John. You see them pinch a lot. You know, that's something the wingers for RIT's got to start being ready for.
Well, the forwards just aren't generating chances, so perhaps the defense is going to help. Pioneers back at it. Nate Dewhurst, he's starting to see more action now. George Gwozdecki's putting them out there a lot in the second period. Delayed offside coming up on the Pioneers. They have to touch back up.
Take it back. Long time. No hurry. No hurry.
Here comes Ringwald out there with Tanev. Tanev chips it up to Cornacchia, Janda, and McReynolds. And stoppage as Chevry ices the play. Coverage of the NCAA Hockey Championship continues on ESPNU tonight. 2 games. Second game of our doubleheader. After this one, the 3-seed New Hampshire, 2-seed Cornell. And then at 9, we head to St. Paul, Vermont, and number 1 Wisconsin in the West Regional Semifinal, presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car on ESPNU and ESPNU HD. For more information, log on to ESPNU.com. So a great day of hockey, not a great day for George Gwozdecki and the Pioneers. This is when the tension berry starts to rise on a team.
But I'm seeing a lot more out of Denver. They're starting to take over the game. They're starting to get the chances. They're starting to look faster. They're starting to look more skilled. So if I'm George Gwozdecki, I'm starting to like my team a lot more than I liked them in the first period.
Hartley, Alexin Knowles out there for RIT. They win that faceoff. Knowles goes and gets it. Throws it in front, goes wide of Chevry. Rakshani loses that battle. Now he gets it out, but chipped back in there by Adam Hartley. Knowles the first to get to it. Rakshani deep in his own zone to try to help out, and here come the Pioneers. Beautifully by Ruegsegger to knock it down. He'll cannot get it in. Colborne looking to pick it up. Puck at his feet. Ruegsegger comes in. DeMichael loses it for a second, but it's behind the net. Safely comes RIT. Knowles will chip it in. Hit hard there. John Ryder knocks him down.
I like Knowles. He's got a lot of guts. He ain't very big, boy. He plays hard.
Here comes Colborne. Colborne. Wiercioch. Rakshani the backhander and kind of fooled DeMichael. It chips off him and into the net. And very practical jokes. It's part of hockey. Who's the biggest practical joker on RIT? We'll let you know. We return to Albany.
Funniest guy on our team would probably have to be Cameron Burt.
He's always giving everyone a hard time, trying to play pranks on people.
Best prank he'd pull is probably after one of the road trips. He taped up all the rookie sticks together in a big ball of tape.
Cameron will sit around, wrap the toilet seat, and you go to try to sit down or go to the bathroom and doesn't make it into the toilet.
He also at the same time has fun on the ice, and he always keeps a smile on everyone's face in the locker room and on the ice. So he's a pretty lighthearted guy. He's a great guy.
He's a 23-year-old sophomore from Detroit, Michigan. 5'10", 160. I mean, he's older than Sidney Crosby.
I can't
by
believe
6 months.
I can't believe guys in college would fall for the old plastic.
John Lee, the shot blocked by DeMichael. Rebound attempt in front. Turned over now. Shot kick saved by DeMichael. His best of the game as he brought Brendan Vosberg there. Behind the net, Vosberg now chips it in front. Here come the Pioneers trying to get the equalizer. RIT trying to clear. They cannot. Drew Shore keeps it in behind the net now. Vosberg and Knowlton out there with Drew Shore. RIT gets it out. Donovan throws it back into the far corner. Vosberg will go and try to get it. Almost a turnover there by the Tigers. Denver trying to supply the pressure, trying to create turnovers. Right now, DeMichael has been the last line of defense, and he's pitching a 1-0 shutout.
RIT's got to get better on the wall. That puck's come out along the wall 3 or 4 times, and the winger's just kicking out in the middle. That puck can't go there. It comes around the wall. That winger's got to eat it, or he's got to make a play. He just can't kick it out in the middle.
Back come the Pioneers. Nate Dewhurst out there again with Jesse Martin. Kyle Ostro. Ostro back to the point it comes. Kept in there. Wiercioch throws it in front. Ostro almost a tip in. As Stephen Maddock turns 25 years old in December. So this is a veteran crew. for RIT, and they're playing like it today. Their confidence is growing as they lead the Pioneers 1-0. Picked up there by Favot. Here he comes, working with Maisie. Favot holds, throws it in front, never gets to Chevry. And here comes Jesse Martin to carry it out. Martin, Dewhurst, 2-on-2. Martin, crisscross with Dewhurst. Throws it over to Dewhurst in the corner, a bit out of his reach. He chips it behind the net. Hit hard there, battle behind the cage. Ostro brings it all the way around. And once again, here comes RIT. Maisie almost had a 2-on-1 develop there with Tyler Brenner. Big hit there by Brenner. As Favot controls, Brenner back to the point. Coming to Spivak, out there with Mazer now on the point. Pass in front, never quite gets through to Tyler Brenner, the sophomore. And here comes Ruegsegger and
line
Colborne.
plays a lot. This line's on the ice every second time.
Colborne turns away, trying to find something. Slap from the point. Brookwell never quite gets through, and here comes RIT. Out of the zone. Cornacchia, McReynolds, and Janda out there. Janda met behind the net by Cody Brookwell. RIT looking to win those battles. Cornacchia. Chippett cannot get it out. Thrown back towards the net. Saraceno and Holt again out there now. Saraceno keeps it in. Wrists it towards Chevry. Easy save. Ruegsegger throws it across. Colborne can't quite pick it up. The puck is rolling and bouncing on Denver right now. They can't quite get the control as we're 4 minutes away from the second intermission. Ruegsegger hit hard there along the wall towards the head by Taylor McReynolds. Now comes Denver with it. Colborne can't get room. Another change. The pesky Tigers in the face of the Pioneers.
Best shift by RIT probably in the last 7 minutes. Excellent shift.
Jared DeMichael chips it out of danger. Back behind Chevry now as Lee gets it. John Lee chips it around. Here comes Vosberg. This line was good last time. Vosberg backhands it. Knowlton goes to get it. Chips it in front to the left point. Donovan. Donovan trying to find a shooting lane. To Vosberg. Turns. Deflected. High off the glass. Knowles behind the cage. There's Drew Shore. Drew Shore to Donovan. Fakes. Looking. Shoots. Wide of DeMichael.
Hard and wide. He wired that.
Kept in by Lee. But out of danger is Dan Ringwald. And softly chip it out and not get the icing. Shore, nice feed here to Donovan. He'll look to activate, but right there is the goal scorer of the game, Tanev. Denver a chance for transition. They can't make the play, and RIT chips it back in with 3 minutes to go now.
And a lot of those Denver shots are missing the net because they've got guys in the shooting lane, John. If the guy's not missing the net on purpose, he can't get it to the net.
Cameron Burt comes in, looking to pass across, but a beautiful blocking, sliding save by Donovan, the defenseman. Up it comes now. Here come the Pioneers. Up and down we go in Albany, New York. Here comes Burt, but back to get it out of danger is John Ryder. Once again, here's Martin. Martin working with Dewhurst. Dewhurst, Martin. The Tigers will try to get it out. No, kept in there by Ryder. Ryder met by Burt. Picked up there now. Denver coming in, short shot. Oh, over the cage, Jesse Martin. Had a yawning net.
He had the wide open top 2/3 of the net. He shot it wide, shot it high.
Again, looked like the puck went on edge again. Here he comes again, Martin. Waiting, waiting. Throws it in front, but he threw right to Cameron Burt. Burt passing it up now to Saraceno, the defenseman, wristed. Blocker to the corner by Chevry. Throw it in front. Good chopping defensive play there by John Ryder. He's been hard on the play for Denver. Ruegsegger wants it. Beavertail gets it. Here he comes. Ruegsegger with numbers. The wrist shot high. And a rebound there by Wiercioch. And he would have had an open net. Ruegsegger as Denver puts the pressure on the end of the second period. Donovan wires. Save. Look at DeMichael, Barry. He's 5 feet on top of the crease.
He had to be. He knew Donovan was going to shoot it. There was nothing else to do. Very aggressive. That's a goaltender thinking very well.
So the Pioneers bringing the pressure on at the end of the second period. And look at the aggressive goaltending of Jared DeMichael. It remains 1-0 RIT.
If you
6'1", 185-pound goalie Jared DeMichael. from Harmonton, Connecticut, pitching a 1-0 shutout.
Well, this shows how confident he is, John. Watch, he sees that everyone's picked up, comes out right between the two circles. That's great, great goaltending. We talked about before the game, he had to be RIT's best player. He's been RIT's best player so far in this game.
Well, Denver's waking up, Barry. 15 shots on goal this period. 15 to 8. John Lee, slap shot through traffic, doesn't get there. Ruegsegger, Colborne, Rakshani out there for the Pioneers, trying to get the equalizer before the second intermission. Boy, Donovan backs off on that play and easily cleared by Tyler Brenner. Colborne to Donovan. And here comes RIT in complete control once again. Tanev and Ringwald working so well together. Here comes that Maisie Favot Brenner line. They've been pesky this period. Here comes Colborne.
1 minute remaining of the second period. 1 minute remaining.
60 seconds to the second intermission. Drag down Rakshani. We've only had 2 penalties in this game, 1 power play each for each team. Neither effective, both just 1 shot on goal.
Well, I don't think RIT should try and win this game 1-0. The way Denver's starting to come in with the talented Denver, I think they still got to continue to try and score a little bit.
RIT putting some more pressure. Here's Matt Donovan. The next goal so huge in this game. Whoever gets it certainly will have the momentum in their favor. Donovan. Here he comes. Number 4 has had a real good period. Brings it up the left wing side. Fakes the shot. Looking to throw it in front. Does throw it in front. There's finally some pressure from Ostro in front of DeMichael. Shot in front. Ostro again never gets there. Rung around. Kept in by Cody Brookwell. Brookwell wrists it towards the net. Down on his knees. A beautiful play there by Knowles. And that exemplifies what kind of game it has been for the RIT Tigers. After 40 minutes, they still lead 1-0 as Jared DeMichael. And look at this record, Barry, through 2 periods this year.
Well, that's a great record, and they're a good defensive team, but they got to have the puck a little bit more. Denver's getting way too many chances from the wrong areas. That's got to change.
Well, the number 1 seed, Denver Pioneers, now go to the locker room against the RIT Tigers, down 1-0. George Gwozdecki has to find something, some combination that will get this game tied up. Back after this. Great off the ice. He's a real character.
I'm Jared DeMichael. I'm the senior goaltender here at RIT. Well, I actually grew up in a town called Harwinton, Connecticut. I don't exactly know how many people are in the hometown, but there's probably more goats and cows than there is anything else in the town. I first learned how to skate when I was probably around 3 or 4 years old on old Bessie Pond in Torrington, Connecticut with my Ninja Turtle double runner skates. I'm a big Ryan Miller fan. I love how he plays in the net. I love his athleticism. I also think he's a great role model off the ice, and just love how he is on the ice, and he seems like he's always having fun out there.
Like the cheesy finish.
That was very cheesy.
Yeah. Yesterday during the mic check, when the NCAA interviews, he gave a lot of Ron Burgundy quotes for his mic check, so he's a really fun guy. But what has impressed you? I mean, it's a great team game by RIT for sure. Yeah. But what has impressed you most about Jared DeMichael?
Well, first off, I know Torrington very well because when I drive from Bristol to Glens Falls, New York, I go through Torrington every night. So I've probably been through there 200,000 or 300,000 times. I haven't seen a goat, or sheep. I don't know what's going on with that. I must be looking in the right areas. What I like about him, he moves so well. He's a senior goaltender, as you mentioned. The puck stays with him. They're not kicked out in front of him. It's not kicked into traffic areas. If he can't control it with his body, it's to the side. It's to the harmless areas, and he lets his buddies and go gets it. He doesn't panic. You saw that play at the end of the period. He saw everybody who's picked up. What did he do? Bang! Straight out and take the angle away right in the middle of the rink. That's a confident goaltender, and the teams thrive on that. His team feeds off his confidence, and again, you can see why they win in the third period. They believe in this guy, and they just continue to play the same way.
Oh, a big Hartford Whaler fan. Played his prep school hockey at Avon Old Farms, and they lead 1-0 after 40 because of Jared DeMichael. Welcome back to the NCAA Hockey Championship presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. The passion, the desperation of college hockey on stage in Albany. George Gwozdecki's Pioneers find themselves down 1-0 to RIT, a team who hasn't lost a game when leading after 2 since 2007. One reason why, Jared DeMichael, the goaltender, he's been aggressive, he's been confident, he's been calm, and right now his team is 20 minutes away from pulling off a huge upset, Barry. But second period, finally, Denver started moving their feet and getting scoring chances.
Well, you look at the scoring chances right there, 15-6. So, RIT is not getting a lot of pucks at the other end. As good as the RIT's numbers are in the third period, I can't believe they're going to win this game 1-0. I think Denver's too good. They had too many good scoring chances. Denver's getting stronger each period. So I think RIT is going to have to score another one if they're going to win this game. As I said, you can't beat a team like this 1-0 no matter how good your goalie is.
Well, Denver thought they'd solve last weekend's problems, but right now, just blank stares. They have not figured out RIT, but if they can continue that pressure they had in the second period, maybe they can get the equalizer. And from there, things can change. But RIT, it's a veteran group. There are no players under the age of 20. And right now, they're playing confident. And their goaltender looks really, really good. But almost a miscue there by DeMichael and a scoring chance for the big line. Here's Joe Colborne out there now with Rockshani and Ruegsegger. Wiercioch, here he comes.
Just all night long.
Yeah, Wiercioch throws it in front. Colborne the shot. And the right pad saved by Jared DeMichael. The best chance for Colborne in this game.
That's what I mean. RIT just can't sit back and give Denver chances like that. Let them just carry it into their zone like that.
Ryder, Rockshani, here comes Ruegsegger, the wrist shot over the cage of DeMichael. Another good chance for Denver, so they have carried over their second period momentum into the third. Here comes Rockshani, tripped, and a penalty coming up on RIT. Cameron Burt will go to the box. 2 minutes for tripping, and the Pioneers get just what they want, Barry. An early power play in the third.
And one thing I've noticed in this game, obviously, is that Denver's shooting high all game long on DeMichael. They're always looking to go upstairs.
Boom.
Right there, he's very big in the net. He controls things. Good strength in front of the net. But again, you just can't continually let Denver have those chances. Here's the penalty. Got the sticks on the leg of Rockshani. He was smart. He kept his feet going. Cameron Burt, one of their better players, good on draws, is in the penalty box. So good opportunity for Denver to get back in this game.
Lee and Donovan at the point. Comes to Donovan in the left point. Donovan looking, walking in. Wrist shot saved by DeMichael. Rebound in front. Knocked down by Brian Gifford. Gifford throws it in front. But here comes Scott Knowles, who will send it down the ice.
Well, Knowles is one of the names you've mentioned the most today for RIT, John. He's had a very strong game, although I don't like the fact he chased the man behind the net like that.
Here comes Donovan, the defenseman. Goes to the net, Donovan, but never gets there. He had a great chance in front as John Lee gathers. Out there now with Jesse Martin, Drew Shore, Brian Gifford. Gifford will now change as RIT dumps it back in. And here comes the big line out there right again, Barry.
Yeah, they get about 10 seconds to get back out there. But again, hey, if I'm going to lose a game, my best players are going to be nice. That's just good coaching.
Ostra will stay out there with Colborne and Rockshani. Wrist shot towards the cage, doesn't get there. More block shot, puck in front. Behind the net, Colborne. DeMichael couldn't find it for a second. Colborne using that big body to protect. Chip behind the net by Rockshani. Knowles chips it back there. Here's Rockshani, looking. Get to the point. Wiercioch to the right point now. There's Ruegsegger playing the point. We got 4 forwards out there, Barry, for Denver. Wiercioch, the only defenseman. Knowles, Ruegsegger, Wiercioch. Wiercioch walking the line. RIT's done a great job on the shooting lanes. Tries to get it to Colborne. Knowles can't do it. Back to the point it comes. Down low, Colborne throws it to Rockshani. Had some space, but does not connect.
You hit the nail on the head there. Denver had the shots. They had the rotation. They had the movement, but they had no shots because the shooting lanes were covered by RIT penalty killers. Great job of rotation by RIT.
Almost back at full strength. Cameron Burt should be out there, and here he comes. So once again, a penalty is killed as Denver fails to tie things up early in the third period. Handed a golden opportunity. Here comes Scott Knowles again. Knowles off wing. Wrist shot. No!
Oh, hit the side of the net. Hit the side of the net.
Looked like it went in. Those nets are tight on the side there. And so the game remains 1-0. Knowles and a lot of the crowd, including me, thought he had just made it 2-0.
That's a good call, though, Tom.
Thanks. It's good practice. Haven't had a lot of those chances here. Back comes RIT. 28 saves for Jared DeMichael so far. The Pioneers have yet to solve him. Back to get it is Cody Brookwell. Brookwell up the wall. Picked up there by Brandon Vosburg, who had a strong period. Mark Glasser's out there now. Glasser behind the net. Matt Glasser can't quite get it. There's Nate Dewhurst, who saw more action in the second period. He had some good shifts. Dewhurst, Vosburg, Glasser. Paul Phillips can't quite keep it in. It's out there with Cody Brookwell. So Phillips turns up. Brookwell doesn't notice that. And RIT looking to dump it in. Brookwell. D to Phillips. Phillips to Brookwell. Dewhurst chips it deep. He'll look to change. Out there now is Drew Shore. Shore battling. Looking for the late man. Chris Knowlton out there. Doesn't get it. Here comes RIT. Taylor McReynolds. Mike Gianda and Mark Parnaccia, and the whistle blows. So another golden chance. Mark Chevrolet, though, had the angle covered, Barry.
Well, left-handed shot going down his off wing. That's a great area to shoot. And puck rolled on him a little bit.
Yeah.
Chevrolet is out high, covering the angle good.
Listen. So close.
Just feel that taunt puck hit the net right there.
It really came out a long way for hitting the net. 1-0. Third period, RIT.
If you owe.
The NCAA Hockey Championship is presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We'll pick you up. Scott Knowles and RIT now 15-29 away from pulling off a gigantic upset, looking to knock off #1 seed Denver, #2 overall in this NCAA hockey tournament. We're at the East Regional Final, Albany, New York. John Butchergoss and Barry Melrose on spectacular ESPNU HD as the Denver Pioneers try to get the equalizer. Ryan Gifford out there with Drew Shore. You can hear linesman Tony Molina scream ice, ice, and it is icing. Our referees Matt Shegos and Mark Wilkins, linesman Tony Molina, Bruce Vida have not had to go on the video yet, but if we do, it'll be Jeff Fulton.
Nice little trickery there by Denver. What they do is they line up the forward playing defense on a draw like that. Pucks one back to the opposite D. He just takes off up the wall, and you almost get a chance to score on that. If the D is RIT D falls asleep, you can almost get a breakaway out of it. So let's see if Denver continues to do that the rest of this game.
Ruegsegger, Roxani, and Colborne out there. Colborne comes over, a racing McReynolds, Parnaccia and Gianda. There's Wiercioch.
He's a good player. I like this kid.
Good skater, good size. Exactly. Roxani can't solve there, and here's Saracino around the other way. He's out there with Chris Haltigan, his defense partner. Haltigan gains the red line, dumps it in. Ooh, Roxani goes hard into the boards, almost flips over into his own bench. Here comes Donovan. Looking up for Roxani. Great coverage by RIT. Here comes little Scotty Knowles again. Looking to get a shutout, turns on Wiercioch. What a size disadvantage there. That's 6'4", going up against 5'7". 9-inch difference there. Behind their own cage is Wiercioch. He's been out there for a while. Ruegsegger has to get off.
Good D by RIT. The neutral zone's completely covered. They're basically going 1-2-2. Good changes. You're getting fresh guys on the ice all the time.
Wiercioch. Dewhurst slaps it in. Looks like it hit one of the RIT players on the bench. Hey, tomorrow afternoon, ESPNU shoots 2 men's college lacrosse games your way. First, noon Eastern, it's Duke Georgetown. Then game 2, Maryland, North Carolina. Old Spice Lacrosse on ESPNU and ESPNU HD tomorrow afternoon. More information, log on to ESPNU.com. John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose in Albany, New York. East Regional Semifinal. Game 2 is Cornell and New Hampshire. In this one, it's the RIT Tigers making their first tournament appearance ever, leading Denver 1-0 as the third period clock ticks down. Pioneers, Dewhurst, beautiful play, 2-on-1 developing. Here come the Pioneers, Ostro in front, but DeMichael once again above the paint, Barry, to make the save and cover.
And again, the rebound's controlled. A shot like that, you got a man going to net in the far side. It was basically a 2-on-1. If there's a rebound, that's where you get trouble. The goaltender's out, right in the chest. And again, look how he smothers it. It doesn't go out. Great job right there. He's done it all game long. This isn't something that just happened in the third period. Good defensive guys coming back, but if there's a rebound, that's a lot tougher save. There's no rebound.
29 for 29. Drew Shore, Brendan Vosberg, Chris Knowlton out there for the Pioneers now. But RIT controls. Maisie and Favot and Brenner. That's Brenner, chips it in deep. That won't be icing, went off a leg. Back to get it Brookwell. Cody Brookwell out there with Paul Phillips, throws it in front. Chips aside, Maisie just threw it in front there looking for something.
Hit a skate, hit somebody's stick
never
and go in. That's a great play.
Brookwell across to Phillips. He'll gain the red line, chip it in front. Denver throws it in deep. In to get it is Drew Shore, trying to get something going. Back to the point and out of the zone.
DeMichael's been good with the puck today too, John. He's made some good clearings. He's handled it well. He's dished off to his D very well. That helps a lot.
Well, the belief has been there from the first shift for RIT. It has not wavered the entire game, and when there's been a small snafu, the goalie has been there. Of course, and that's the recipe to win. Hard hit along the boards as Haltigan and Saraceno out there on D now for the Tigers. Here comes Haltigan. He'll backhand it in. Wiercioch gets it up. And here comes Rakshani. Rakshani on the off wing. Can't control the puck. He's knocked down. Remains down. Out there with Colborne and Ruegsegger. Colborne goes behind the cage, and there goes Haltigan to get it. Haltigan up the wall. That would not be icing.
And Rakshani got that puck, John. It was a 1-on-4. He was there against 4 RIT defenders. So that's what RIT wants now. Make these star players fight through traffic to get anywhere.
Now RIT's done a good job suffocating the Pioneers. The pace has slowed down. Nothing much is happening. That's great news for the Tigers. Colborne tries to keep it in. He can't. Here comes Cornacchia with speed. Donovan, nice shot by Cornacchia just over the cage by inches. Here comes Ruegsegger.
Look at the hunt on the puck by RIT, man. Everybody's after that puck. Nobody has time on Denver to do anything.
Coach Wayne Wilson's crew has come to play. They have a game plan, and they're implementing it perfectly. And they lead 1-0 as we approach the midway point of the final period. Game 1 of this East Regional. Behind the net now, knocked in front. Ostro looking to pick it up. He can't. Back to the point. Comes to the left wing now as Jesse Martin throws it in front. Can't quite convert. Denver pressuring. Walking is Wiercioch. What a move in front. Banging it in, but it squirts wide. Play continues. Out in front. Once again, DeMichael's aggressive on his post. Almost a breakaway. Donovan the steal. Passes in front to Ostro. It's in his skates and he can't convert. Back comes Denver and back comes RIT. So another flurry of action for the Pioneers, but they can't quite convert. Wiercioch causing some damage. Out there with Donovan now. Donovan, long stretch pass, chipped in. Here come the Pioneers. Knowlton around the cage, throws it in front, but nobody there. And back checking is Adam Hartley. Hartley dangerous in front, turnover, but Knowlton doesn't get much on that. And now back the other way. Maddock in alone. Maddock to Murphy, shot over the cage. Sean Murphy had a chance to make it 2-0. Hard hit along the boards. Here come the Pioneers and Donovan. Donovan passes up the right wing side. Vosberg goes to the net. Kicked out by DeMichael. Kept it back. Come the RIT. Here comes Murphy again. Murphy. Maddock. Murphy. Sliding defensive play there by Drew Shore. And now comes Denver out of their zone. Vosberg chips it, but they'll change. 4 skaters. Phillips already made his way out on defense. Chip deep, back to get it.
Too wide open for RIT. They got to settle it down. This ain't their style.
Rakshani steals. Here he comes. He's in for Colborne. Colborne, wrist shot. Save DeMichael once again on top of his crease.
That was a good shot by Colborne. Right quick. He had the far side painted. Great glove save there. The great glove save by DeMichael. Look at that mosh pit in front of the net there. Everyone taking them. Here's a 2-on-1 wide over the open net. Murphy, man.
Denver out shooting RIT in this third period, 8-2. The assault continues. Can RIT hold them off? We'll be back after this in Albany, New York. Well, RIT almost made it 2-0.
Well, what happens, John, obviously there's a lot of defensemen cheating now for Denver, and actually the play got caught. You're going to see the 2 defensemen here in the point. You see 4. They're starting to smell a little bit of a turnover right there. And again, there's a chance. 2-on-0 the other way. This is the game right here. If Denver wins this game, this is the play that turned it around for Denver. Wide open net. Puck was missed, but also Denver missed a wide open net early in the second period where the Denver player shot it over the wide open upper part of the net. So it's been 1-for-1 now. Each team's missed a wide open chance.
Back comes RIT Favot on the off wing. Denied there by Donovan. Rakshani picks it up. The big line out there again for Denver. Rakshani to Colborne. Colborne brings it up on the off wing. The big winger. Around the cage, but not to the cage. And out of the Denver zone.
Great defense by Ringwald. He just stayed with him. He didn't hack and whack him. He kept defensive positioning. Everybody picked their men up. Colborne had nobody to give it to. Ends up shooting it out of the zone.
That's the play there. Maybe like to see the big man Colborne just try to run over that guy. Take it to the net.
Take it to the net. Exactly. He's bigger than all the defensemen he's playing against. Just put the pipe down and take the net. Don't go around the net. If you don't get a scoring chance, the puck will be there for a rebound or you'll draw a penalty.
Well, the shots on goal now firmly in George Gwozdecki's favor, 34-20. And they have played much better since the midway point of the second period, but they do not get the first goal. And as you can see, Barry, from the second period on, that's 23-11. So they've outshot them more than 2-1.
Well, that's what I said. I just can't believe that Denver won't score in this game. That's why I think RIT's got to get another goal. Even though as good as DeMichael's playing, this Denver team is so skilled and so talented.
Side of the cage by Mike Janda. Here come the Pioneers. Kyle Ostro, he's had a good period. He's out there once again with Gifford. But back come the Tigers. Bringing it out. Big hit there by Jesse Martin, but he will be called. What's the call? It looked like a good hit, but they're going to call an elbow. I saw his feet leave the ice. I don't know if that was the result of the collision or he left it and the arm was high to the head, but that looked like a pretty good hit across. Let's check out the replay, Barry. You play referee. Is this an elbow? Ooh, I don't know.
I think it's a good hit. I don't want to take that hit out of our sport. I think that's a good hit.
Looked like a good shoulder to shoulder pad. We'll look at it again when we come back. We're at the Times Union Center in downtown Albany. RIT leads 1-0 and Barry. They're on the power play.
Well, you got to try and score, John, but you also got to make sure you don't give up a number chance against and give a shorthanded chance against you. Denver's got a lot of skilled guys on the ice killing those penalties. That's one thing you got to be aware of. And also, Denver's going to start taking more chances now, John. The D are going to start pinching, things like that. So that's what they got to be aware of. And I think that was a good hit. I love that hit. It was a physical play. It was a hockey play. So, I'm for one that wants to stay in our game.
It looked like the shoulder pad hit. The head did snap back, but that was just as a result of the collision. It was looked like a pretty good hit, but in the box.
Well, here's a great chance for RIT right here.
They could possibly put the game away. Colborne out there with Rakshani on the PK. They're still thinking goals, even down a man.
They have to. 8 minutes left.
So the Tigers are now 8 minutes away, up 1-0. Chris Tanev there, the goal scorer. There's the power play numbers. This is a good power play unit. Great creativity. Seen them pass the puck a lot through the box of the defense. A good passing team. Looking for the big goal here now. Tanev out there with Ringwald on defense, 6 and 8. Pressure continues. Tyler Brenner's out there. He's the big body to try to get this thing in front. Andrew Favot's had a good period. He's out there with Cameron Burt. Favot, open. Pass across, goal! Cameron Burt makes it 2-0. RIT, and there's that creative passing we talked about, Barry.
What execution. We talked about Ringwald. He's almost like Scott Niedermeyer out there. He goes down in the corner. He comes up in the half ball. He's all over the place. Very, very tough to cover. Right there, you see a great pass. Excellent job right here.
Andrew Favot finds Cameron Burt.
Now there's the puck side to side, okay? Good puck movement right here. Good work right in there, goes in the middle. Now stop it right there, guys. The goaltender's got to respect the shot right here. Everybody's coming this way. This man just stays wide. Just excellent execution. You're going to see it come backwards. The defenseman got sucked over, playing the shot instead of picking up the passing lane. So great job by RIT. Great execution on the power play. Now Denver's really got to come after them.
They're in major trouble now, down 2-0. You see the time left, top right portion of your TV set. The Tigers now just 7 minutes away from pulling off the gigantic upset. It's a power play goal, and they lead 2-0.
Okay, RIT's got to make sure no penalties against. Keep your sticks down. Again, good puck movement here. That's a good presence of mind, not to shoot at the net, realizing everyone was picked up. Just a great backdoor goal, great shot, great save right there. And Burt had a great game.
He really has.
He's won a lot of draws. And he was in the penalty box for RIT also, so he knows the feeling of the man in the penalty box for Denver. I'm sure he was holding his breath when he was in the penalty box.
Favot, the primary assist, Ringwald, secondary assist on the Burt goal. So it's now 2-0 Tigers. The Pioneers need 2 goals to force overtime. And we have a holding penalty coming up on RIT, so Denver will get a chance to go right back on the power play. Holding the stick penalty will be called on the Tigers. So this is just what the Pioneers needed.
Just what the doctor ordered for Denver, although their 2 previous power plays, John, have not looked good.
No,
RIT's done a great job. They've been winning the draws. Obviously, that's big, especially when the puck comes back in your own zone here. So Mike John now will be holding his breath for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But again, the RIT's done a great job of killing the first 2 penalties here for Denver.
At 13:09 of the third. Big line out there again. Colborne now taking the faceoff. Again, 4 forwards.
Wow.
Ruegsegger can't keep it in. Ostro out there, so all the players with letters on their sweaters, Barry, are on this power play.
This is why they have letters on this jerseys, John, this time of the game.
Wiercioch, the big defenseman, trying to create something, takes it into the corner. Colborne, his big body protecting, back to the point. Wiercioch walking, looking, firing, but blocked. Breaks the stick, passes in front. Colborne chips it back. Ruegsegger has room to make a play. Back to Wiercioch. Wiercioch back to Ruegsegger. Ruegsegger. Wiercioch, one-timer, slap shot over the net. Had Knowles ducking. Ruegsegger out of traffic. Waits. Beautiful pass to Ruegsegger. Shot, save in front, rebound. DeMichael is over. Still not in. Ruegsegger picks it up. Ruegsegger fakes the shot. Back to Colborne, not there. Colborne open. Another pass. Turned by Ruegsegger. No. Blocked. RIT trying to clear. They cannot. Wiercioch. Broken lumber in the way for the Pioneers. Wiercioch. Linesman picks up one of them. Ruegsegger. Knowles. Back behind that. An excellent power play for Denver. Wiercioch. Ruegsegger wrists it towards the Colborne in front. Score! Joe Colborne gets the much needed, the vital power play goal as Janda goes back to the bench. And finally they solve Jared DeMichael as Joe Colborne hits a power play goal. And it's a 2-1 lead for the Tigers.
Oh, what happened? The 4 penalty killers for RIT were just done. They had no energy left. They couldn't win any battles. They couldn't get into the shooting lanes because they were so tired. Here's just a simple shot at the net. And again, the goaltender DeMichaels was tired too. He'd been moving side to side. He'd been making saves through traffic. That's one he gave up. We've been talking about him controlling rebounds all game long. That is one rebound he kicked out to Colborne. Finally gave him one, and Colborne was Johnny on the spot. Finally put it in the net. But the penalty killers are just dead. That's why they just didn't have the energy to do the things they've been doing all game long so far.
22nd goal of the year for Colborne. He really came on right around New Year's Day. Ruegsegger and Wiercioch are the ones who get the assists. So it's 2-1 now. And the Pioneers are just hoping that this pace and the tension and the excitement level will maybe wear down RIT a little bit. They can capitalize on mistakes, and they can get that equalizer. Back comes Denver in alone. But now comes Sean Murphy and RIT. Murphy in the off wing and working on Matt Donovan. Murphy on Donovan. And Donovan wins that battle of the Irish. Here he comes up the other way. Back come the Tigers in a 2-1 game. The Pioneers now with 4:44 to go. Down 2-1. Here comes Matt Donovan. Donovan gains the line. Looking. Drew short, throws it towards the net, but blocked aside. The Tigers will look to clear the zone, but Donovan gloves it. Keeps it in.
Great
looks
play.
to turn, but a great play. And here comes the 2-on-1. Here comes RIT. Brenner working. Blocked wide. Tigers still aggressive. 2 on the puck down low. Andrew Favot, number 28. Roughed in the corner there by Shore. Time ticking away. This is what RIT wants. Puck possession in Denver zone. Maisie, Favot, Brenner. And now RIT is able to change defense as they work deep in the corner, and they still control the puck. Fresh couple defensemen out there. Halt again in Saraceno. As Ostro brings it out. Ostro will turn. Turned over in the neutral zone. Here comes Brenner. Throws it across to Favot, tipped up. Not in the netting. Play continues. Hard hit in the corner. Good hit there by Tyler Brenner. On Ostros, who's been out there for a while. His legs are dying. He needs to get off. Tried the long stretch pass to Jesse Martin. Gets through. DeMichael clears it around the boards. Approaching 3 minutes and a hard hit on the wall now.
Boy, DeMichael's handled the puck well in this game. That helps so much when your goalie does that for you.
Wiercioch gets it to Brian Gifford. Gifford, Jesse Martin. Back to Gifford. Gifford falls to the ice as RIT, once again, as Barry mentioned, their pursuit of the puck has been outstanding. And now they'll look to keep it deep, keep the pressure on. Denver has 3 minutes to tie this game up. Back comes Hartley. Hartley out there with Knowles and Alexin. Hartley. Alexin, number 14, in good defensive posture. And they keep the puck behind the cage. Here comes Wiercioch. Trying to get it out. Kept in nicely by Ringwald. Ringwald towards the net. Chevry steers it aside. Donovan up to Colborne. Too far, though. Tanev will wait. Dump it back in. He got the first goal from RIT.
If I'm RIT, I don't let Ringwald come off the ice the rest of the game. I keep him out there. I want him on the ice even if he's dead.
Well, this defensive pair certainly will spend most of the time. They have a timeout to use. So Wayne Wilson will look to keep them there. Ruegsegger comes in looking for the equalizer. Ruegsegger around the net, taken down, nothing called. Here comes RIT, 2-on-2. Janda, Cornacchia, and McReynolds. And they'll just relax, dump it behind, and Chevry will take the face-off. So RIT now 2:06 away from the huge upset.
There's Cameron Burt. There's the play on the power play. Wide open net. Looked like everything is under control, but no, Colborne gets one. We got us a ball game, John.
It's a one-goal game. Back after this.
Here.
Welcome back. 2:07 to go in game one of the NCAA hockey tournament. It's been a doozy here at the East Regional in Albany, New York. John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose. 2:07 to go. The 2010 NCAA Frozen Four moves to the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan in April. For more information on the 2010 NCAA Frozen Four, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships, including, of course, the hockey championship, which is off to a great start, Barry. Now the question is,
we've got some bad glass in the corner there. We got the cracked ice crew out looking at it. Some good hits in that corner. Okay, we talked about the best players gotten to be the best players. I think everyone agrees that DeMichael's been pretty good at the other end of the rink, doing the job, stopping the puck and moving the puck. Ruegsegger's got to be great down here. Colborne's got to be great. These are the two best players. The guys have both got 21 goals for Denver. These are the guys you look to. Colborne's got a goal in the power play to make it 2-1. Ruegsegger's had the puck a lot, but really hasn't had a lot of great scoring chances. So you got to look at those two guys to be the leaders, setting up the goal or scoring the goal here for Denver. 2 minutes left in the game, John. Unbelievable third period.
We'll keep an eye on the goalie, Mark Chevry. When will George Gwozdecky pull him, get the attacker on, and try to tie this game up? We're at the 2-minute mark now. 120 seconds left. John Ryder's out there. Ryder is out there with John Lee. Comes John Lee. Remember last year, number 4 seed, won 3 of the first 4-round matchups. Chevry's been pulled with 1:45 to go. Extra attacker on. George Gwozdecki's being very aggressive. Puck behind DeMichael. Colborne there. 3 on the puck. Colborne, Ruegsegger brings out of. You can see the desperation level already up a notch from the Pioneers. Ryder chips it deep. Colborne trying to use his side. Drew Shore's getting the extra ice time out there with the big line. RIT looking to clear. They have an empty net. As Denver looks to possess and get it deep. Ruegsegger has it, throws it to Colborne. Can't get it through. Kept in at the blue line by Ruegsegger. Throws it towards DeMichael. They want a face-off. They get a face-off.
Take the draw. They're good on draws. They got a veteran team. You got the goaltender you want. You don't mind draws in your own zone. They were getting a little running around there, a little ragged. You know, the goaltender being pulled, that changes kids thinking on the ice. So just settle things down, get the face-off in your own end, rely on your goaltender, rely on your veteran players. Now you get Ringwald out there again, you get Tannen out there again. Those are the guys you want on the ice.
Ostro and Martin. Brian Gifford. Now
your timeout.
Both coaches had their timeouts. Wayne Wilson of RIT and George Gwozdecki of Denver. And Denver calls a timeout. So Gwozdecki will bring his boys over and try to figure out a play here. Winning the face-off is step number one. Get some traffic and try to get the equalizer.
Well, again, you saw Colborne take the draw before, and he won it clean. And that's one area that Denver hasn't been great in this game. So maybe you look at Colborne taking the draw. Now RIT gets to see who they want to take face-offs. You know, they're talking about, okay, if we win the draw, we do this. If we lose the draw, we do this. Both teams are talking about that. They got plays if they win the draw. They got plays if they lose the draw. Obviously, they're talking about blocking shots, getting into shooting lanes, no penalties, things like that, helping their goalie out. But again, the draw is the most important thing. That's what everyone's focusing on. Coaches are just saying, settle down. You've done this a million times. We practiced this a million times. There's no different than the same play we did in November. Just make sure you can do the job you're assigned to and compete hard. Compete hard.
3 goals in this game, 2 for RIT, 1 for Denver. RIT scored the first goal of the game. It was Chris Tanev, number 8, who made it 1-0 Tigers.
Great play on the point by Tanev. Moved in, stole the puck. Good wrist shot through traffic. Great job. He's had a strong game for RIT.
Then on the power play, Cameron Burt took a beautiful feed from Andrew Favot to make it 2-0.
Good composure. There was a penalty.
Right.
Neither one of us thought it was a penalty. Doesn't matter. The referees did. Good puck movement here. I like that play right into the center of the box. And here's the backdoor play. Burt's had a strong game offensively and defensively.
And then Joe Colborne made it 2-1. So here we go. 1:11 left. Goalie is pulled. Chevry is pulled. Face off to the right of Jared DeMichael. Controlled there by Denver now. Looking for the equalizer. DeMichael goes to the poke check. Doesn't get it. It is cleared. This will be icing. Automatic icing in college hockey. Saves some time for the team trying to tie it up. And now we're just under 1 minute left as the pressure continues. Don't forget Wayne Wilson, RIT coach, still has his timeout. He has the pair Barry talked about on the ice, Ringwald and Tanev on defense.
And I love that play right there by Rakshani, taking to the net strong. I love that. Let's see what we're going to hear. We get the other timeout.
Well, the officials have a question. I don't know if they're going to look at the video for clock purposes.
Maybe see how much time's left.
Let's see. They will look at the video for something. I guess they want to make sure some extra time didn't tick off. Maybe George Gwozdecki requested it.
This favors Denver. Those skilled players for Denver get a little bit of an extra rest. You know, they can go over to the bench and talk to George again, things like that. So this little breakdown here. The referee's actually going in the penalty box. So.
Yep. They are looking to see if any extra second or two ticked off on that automatic icing. Again, our referees, Matt Shegos and Mark Wilkins, are going to look at the monitor. Get 2 monitors right down there for the referees to step in the penalty box door and then into the official area as the RIT Tigers wait. The big line is out there, plus Kyle Ostro for Denver. Matt Donovan, the Pioneers, the 1 seed. Again, 3-4 seeds won last year, so this isn't a shocker. The parity of college hockey continues. The sport is growing.
I'm watching RIT out there, Johnny. Your boy Scotty Knowles is going around talking to everybody, making sure everyone, you know, the rest of the guys are just standing there thinking of their jobs. Knowles is going around talking to everybody. Nobody's going near the goalie. You don't talk to the goalie in this situation. Just leave him alone. He's got things on his mind. You're just focusing again. You know your assignment. You know your job. Both teams, you can just see the pressure on the kids. This is when you find out about your team, man. Who the coach believes in, who's on the ice, offensively, defensively. These are the guys the coach depends on that's on the ice right now.
A big line plus Ostro, Donovan and Wiercioch at the point. The time was under review, and it was judged that no extra time went off. So the clock man is on his game here in Albany.
There's no home ice here, but they're both on the road. So
Ruegsegger will take the face-off. He'll try to win it. Going up against Adam Hartley. Big face-off. Hartley against Ruegsegger. Ruegsegger tries to win on his backhand. He does to Wiercioch. Wiercioch spins, try to get to Donovan. Doesn't. Great coverage by RIT. Behind the net to Ruegsegger. There's Knowles. Knowles tries to throw it in front, can't. Ruegsegger back to the point. Donovan. Donovan. Wiercioch. Wiercioch had time, does it across to Ruegsegger, but he can't quite get it through. Colborne behind that, 40 seconds left. Colborne backhander save to Michael. Chipped and not out. Denver keeps it in. Race for the puck. Hartley can't get it out. Donovan keeps it on the wall, but it is cleared down the ice. If it's in, it's over, but it's wide, and we have icing with 27 seconds to go.
RIT's very lucky because they had 2 or 3 chances to get it out. Knowles had a chance, he didn't get it out. Very rarely you get 2 chances to get it out. If you make a mistake on one, it usually ends up in your net. So RIT is very, very lucky that the number one, that Michael made a great save, and number 2, that they didn't get burned, because that usually comes back to haunt you.
They put 4/10 of a second back on the clock. They're looking at every icing to make sure every tick is earned. George Gwozdecki gets his explanation. He gets extra time for his best players to rest.
Sure, exactly.
It's all worked out well for him. Now Colborne takes the face-off on this side of the ice, trying to win it on his backhand to Wiercioch. Donovan is available for the one-timer. So the first step is Colborne winning this face-off back to Wiercioch. He doesn't.
Great draw, great draw.
RIT wins it. Down the ice it goes. This will be icing again. 20.6, and that clock man is right on it, Barry. I'm looking at the clock right away.
They've been checking, and they've come over and second-guessed him 3 times. I guess he's going to make sure he's on it, but that was a great draw. You know, that they're changing Colborne here. He's not going to take the draw on this side now. But again, great draw by RIT. Hartley's doing a great job on this side.
Hartley against Ruegsegger. You can read Wayne Wilson's lips. We're all right. We're all right. Face off won by Hartley. DeMichael covers it up. 18.2 to go now.
As a coach, John, you can't believe how much it means to you to have a centerman you can depend on, a guy you know won't lose the draw clean. All Hartley's trying to do is not lose it clean. If he wins it, that's an extra bonus, just as long as he doesn't lose it clean. Now, Denver's had to change, and they brought a different guy out to take the draw. Or on this draw because of that. Right here, you see?
Jesse Martin comes in for Knowles, and Martin will now take Ruegsegger's place, and he'll try to win the face-off from Adam Hartley. So now it's Jesse Martin. Martin. Everyone aligned and ready to go. Martin against Hartley.
Great draw again by Hartley.
But Rockshani gets in there. Rockshani has point men open. He does to Wiercioch. Wiercioch throws it towards the net, but not at it. Colborne tries to chase it down under 10 seconds. Colborne, DU, trying to get the equalizer. Denver, can they get it? The time winds down, and it is over in Albany. And the RIT Tigers, in their first NCAA Division I tournament game in their history, knock off the #1 seed in the East, #2 seed overall, Denver Pioneers.
Well, Denver came in losing 2 games in a row. It took them a while to get going in this game. By then, RIT had a 1-0 lead. We said Jared DeMichael had to be the best player on the ice for RIT. He was the best player in the ice for RIT. He was unbelievable. Great defensive system. The strategy worked. RIT is full marks for this win. They came in with a plan. They stuck to it and played great against Denver. Denver's more talented. But again, we talked about it before the show, John, a best of 1. Doesn't matter about talent. It's about execution, goaltending, and RIT had that.
So it certainly felt like a home game. A great crowd support atmosphere for RIT. And Jared DeMichael, only one got by him. And we'll be back with the post-game interview and more on the RIT Tigers. What a way to kick off the NCAA hockey tournament with a big upset in Albany. Well, they've done it. They drove from Rochester. The salute from the players. The fans were outstanding. The players were outstanding. The goaltender was outstanding, and we will talk with Jared DeMichael in a second. So, Barry, the 4 beats the 1. RIT moves on. They play the winner of Game 2 of our doubleheader between Cornell and New Hampshire. What impressed you the most about RIT?
Well, first off, I can guarantee you there's a lot of teams out there being pretty happy right now, like the Miamis of the world and the other #1 seeds. I'm not sure you should be happy, folks, because this team, RIT, the goaltending was unbelievable. The kid was great. He gave up 1 rebound in this game, and that's the only game they scored on. He was just super, and the defensive system was excellent. They didn't give up much, and I'll tell you, Denver's one of the most skilled teams in the nation. This is a good hockey team.
Well, Barry, he's kind of a big deal. People know him. He's Jared DeMichael, and Jared, wow, what a performance from your view in the net. What did it look like this game?
I mean, it just looked like my team gave a complete effort out there. 60 minutes of hard work. You know, we were excited here. We wanted to have fun. You know, we're just going out there playing a game, and we proved that tonight. If you have a little fun and a little excitement, you can pull out a little W.
Well, Jared, this is the first win RIT's ever had in this tournament, and obviously against Denver, one of the elite teams in the nation. What does it mean for your program? A little bit easier to recruit next year?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have scholarships or anything like that, but
you got to pay the way you played. You're not getting paid to do that?
No, maybe
that's unbelievable.
Hopefully I'm getting paid next year, but you never know what's going to happen in the game of hockey. But I mean, it's definitely a huge deal for our program. Get some exposure. They do a great job at RIT. We pack the house every single home game, and I mean, our corner crew fouled here tonight and gave us some great support. There's not too much more you could ask for.
What was the game plan going into this game against Denver? What did the coaching staff want you to achieve?
I mean, they just wanted us to play hard for 60 minutes and have fun. We knew that they would come out hard. We knew that they have a great goaltender in Chevry, a great top line with Ruegsegger and Colborne, and we felt just if we could keep them at bay and maybe chip in a couple goals here, we might sneak a W.
Jared, the most impressive thing about you in this game, your rebound control. As I joked, I said you gave up one rebound, and that's the one Colborne scored on. Was this a special night for you, or is this what you do typically?
I mean, no. I mean, we're excited. I mean, it's a game, you know. It's no different than any other game. Got to thank my goalie coaches out there, Dave Tatarin, Dan Stewart, Jared Wayman, for helping me with my rebound control. I used to be a little bit of a duster, but I'm trying to work on my game a little better.
Do you have your mask on you, Jared?
I do.
Show them the Hartford Whaler logo.
Bring back the whale.
Look at that, Barry.
Bring back the whale.
That is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
39 saves. He is definitely kind of a big deal. Jared, well done. I know it's just the first step. You want to make the Frozen Four in Detroit. Good luck tomorrow against the winner of Cornell and New Hampshire.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well done. So, Barry, just a cool dude. And and yesterday, being around this team, they are confident. And again, they're mature. And they got the first goal, and from there you can see the confidence grow.
Well, when you're around athletes and sporting events, you love the underdog. You love people that have never been here before. It's more special to them. It means more to them. This team played hard. They played with guts. That you can tell they love each other. Good teams do. And they played their butts off, blocking shots, working hard. Very disciplined. I just love the way they play, and it's a great story.
Well, I love you.
Thank you very much.
And I love ESPN UHD, and it was a great way to start the tournament. As Denver.
Yeah, I would say it is.
And, of course, Game 2 is coming up next. Cornell and New Hampshire right here on ESPN UHD. So our final score again, 2-1 RIT wins for Barry Melrose and our entire ESPNU crew. I am John Butchergross. Coming up next on ESPNU, The Climb, UConn's quest for perfection. For more information, log on to ESPNU.com. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For everyone, our great crew at ESPNU, thanks so much for watching. Good afternoon from Albany, New York, and we'll see you for Game 2 coming up.